Anyway, yeah, just refreshing ourselves with a deck for me as well. This is Stealth Mission has been pretty underwhelming. That might be something I would consider changing, maybe for another one of these. The trouble is we just don't have much to replace. There's not a lot of sideboard material here. We could try a Crush Descent, but I think it's pretty weak. It's tough to leave up. I mean, if you're living, the thing that does make Crush Descent okay is that we do have 3 Outbursts. Descent gets better the more 4-mana instants you have, because then you have alternatives to the Descent if your opponent does not cooperate. So that's a possibility, maybe over the Stealth Mission. But also, Stealth Mission is probably going to get better. Hey, Smash, thanks for the sub. 5 months, nice. This probably gets better as we go up the win chain, because Stealth Mission is going to be good at taking out really problematic planeswalkers in one hit. So I think I'll leave it in, because I actually do think it's going to get better. But that is a consideration of Crush Descent. I do like it more when you are generally operating at instant speed and you have some things to do in the event that, or even like totally lost. If you're operating at instant speed, it becomes much more tenable to leave up Crush Descent in hopes of getting them. Hey, Queen, welcome. And let's see if we can't keep the win train going. Before we jump back in, though, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. Card Kingdom is taking pre-orders on Modern Horizons right now, if that's a thing you're into. I'm going to get a box, I think. Looks like I just trust them to make fun draft environments at this point. Get a box and drafted atoms or something. And I've got some cards I want to trade in. I'm going to get some store credit so that that box doesn't actually cost me anything out of my wallet directly. I like that. And basically, they offer great competitive prices, fast shipping, and they always add something cool to the package as well. So please give them a check out. And if you click on the link on my panels down below this stream, it lets them know that you got there from me. So that's helpful to me. It's a thing you can do to streamers just to help them out, is click on their sponsor links in their panels. And even if you can't break out your wallet that day, a couple of clicks is a useful thing you can do for any streamer. Yeah, this is the second draft. This is the second draft from yesterday. It's a triple Outburst deck, and we're going to jump back in, see if we can't pick up 3 more wins before we pick up 3 more losses. 3 more above our current 0. Speaking of 3 Outbursts, is that keepable? That Finale and that Dam Breaker are nearly... and we're going first? This is actually pretty awkward. We're not doing anything until 4. And this is one of those hands where I look at it and say, well, we need 2 things. We need land and we need early plays. And when you tell yourself, here's the 2 things I need to make this hand viable, you're probably talking about a mulligan. So, as sad as it is to wave goodbye to these, when you identify multiple needs to make a hand function, you gotta let it go. And this is much better, even though it's got 4 of the same cards. These 2 make this hand a lot better. And Profit would be okay, but we really just want to cruise towards lands ASAP. Yeah, this is a great 6. Got our land. I would love to go Conjurant into Channeler into Outburst, so we're just going to call that Plan A. And the ability to proliferate onto Conjurant is one of the reasons why it's so highly regarded right now. And we're on it. If we can get that land off the top, we are in great shape, really. If these two survive and we have a land off the top, I like our chances. Ooh, well, there's some red to threaten the survival of the Channeler and Conjurant. I would fire off any removal I had right at that Channeler if I were Oppo. But they do not. So come on, land it. Land, land, land. One-time dealer? Oh, not quite. But this is reasonably useful, and it does affect the Channeler, because we can kill this guy. Get the Conjurant to be able to attack through this spinner. And we did find our land for next time. I don't think there's anything to threaten. I guess we have Sprint. It was basically a free attack. What does that glow mean around the toughness? Anybody know? Maybe that means it's got special damage. It's a reference to, hey, this thing takes damage differently. Cool, I like it. Just when you you don't always notice these things in the UI right away. I've been playing with this card for a while, but that's good. Oh, sorry, let's not clock. I was thinking about how part of my problem with this format. Ooh, I guess we just take another Outburst over the cool Mythic. Is you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't on time management, because I'm finding either, like, I've been punting a lot, punting way more than usual, missing some lines too, but you know, I attacked into a turret ogre with a flyer yesterday. That's the kind of mistake that was my worst moment yesterday. I mean, we missed some lines. Our brains were broken. There was a lot of tough decisions, but attacking a flyer into a turret ogre at this point in the format is the kind of leak that I just need to plug. But the challenge of playing quickly so that you don't get roped, but slowing down so you don't make stupid decisions is a real multiple pressure point in the set. Sorry, Oppo, my deck is doing its thing. So yeah, trying to really get a handle on this stupid on-board mistakes and really remember static abilities of Planeswalkers and static abilities of permanents like Reach. They made their spider pretty darn big. We could greet and burst it, and that might... we can burst the face, though, so that's another thing. We could, like, greet the invader, burst the face, or greet the invader attack, and if they don't block, then we can burst the face for the win. And if they want to trade 3 damage, trade the spider to get 3 counters off the Conjurant, that's fine. Yeah, we could also double kill in response to the double block. It depends on if we want to go for the win. Like, if we think they might not block the Conjurant, we could kill the invader and try and get in for 6 and see if they let that happen. They probably don't, though. The other thing is, if we do that, we can attack with the Channeler. I'm going to do it this way so that the Channeler can attack. And it also, you know, if they get greedy and think, haha, I'm going to eat the Channeler, then we just win. So that's cool. All right, it worked. Easy game. Who says this is complicated? You just cast your... you draw 3, and then draw 3 outbursts, ship it back, and then draw all three of them in a much better hand, and barely pay attention as you outburst your way to a fairly easy win. That was some... It was an interesting choice on how to approach that final turn. Obviously, there were some different lines that we could have taken there. The one I took worked. Certainly set Oppo up to be up against it or dead. Let me update the record. Right back in, I guess. Easy game when you draw your outbursts and the mana for them. We'll keep this. Same principles. Don't have a flux channeler, but this is very keepable. If we find a 2, that would be great. Then we could conjure it on 3. We might wait for 3 anyway. Depends on the scene. Hey, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Ask, and ye shall sometimes receive. I will certainly offer that trade up. And I might even open on the crunch here. Depends on if they take this trade or not. Alright, no taking of the trade. We'll play the crunch. You want to save Conjure in as late as possible, provided you have other plays. Okay, one thing about the Vizier is we could probably attack with both. They probably try to chump or trade with the Crunch, and then we outburst the Scorpion. So let's try that. No death touch for you. Spellkeeper is hard to pass up for extra outbursts, even though Visionary would help with long game smoothness. Let's just go for power. This Conjurant keeps tipping my hand with the pause while I'm tapped out. That's something to notice. If the auto pass stops when your opponent's fully tapped out, you know they've got a Conjurant up there. What does Narset find for our opponent? Ooh, Kasmina. Good couple of Planeswalkers. But we have play against them. I mean, Kasmina's... or Narset's basically dead here, unless they've got Time Twister? Time Twist? Teferi's Time Twist? Is that what... Time... I have one, right? What is it called? Teferi's Time Twist may mess us up here. If that happens, we can decide whether we need to outburst or totally lost, or we could even stealth mission if we wanted to be... but stealth mission would not get around Time Twist, so... I've run into it a few times and haven't lost to it yet. I still don't respect it. It's just annoying. I find it to be annoying, and but if you're a little mana shy and they get out to it while you're still on 4 or whatever, it can definitely just kind of end the game. So it has that potential, but I don't quite respect it enough to like pick it or run it yet, but it can beat you. I think it's just one of those cards that can beat you in that way. We could also totally lost the Shriek Diver. Let's just send in, though, at Narset and see what Oppo's going to do about that. And then, come on, let's do it like this and like this then. Are you happy? And that's a trade I'm fine with, given Kasmina coming up. We can play Spellkeeper and still have the ability to attack with Crunch. I'm not going to save the Rager or anything.
I won't forget our time together.
How sweet. Maybe just big Conjurant here, actually. 5 is good enough. Yeah, when your opponent gets it out on you, speak of the devil. But so here you go. Like, again, if this had come at a better time, this might be great for Oppo, but it's really not doing anything for them, and they're going to lose. And they've spent 6 mana to really not have enough of an impact here. But it can absolutely get you. If we had been mana short and failed to get on board, it would just close out the game right now. So it has that close out the game potential. But if they go for something like Kasmina and make a wizard, we just get to outburst the wizard and win. So they need a couple of blockers here. Well, if we do that, then they go to 5, and then they can block the Conjurant with the wizard they make, and why not play the weird? Because I plan on playing Outburst on whatever they try to defend our creatures with. Oh, Kasmina attacks. Gotcha. Yeah. The double. Thank you. There you go. As I say, I swear to God, I'm going to remember things this time, and I potentially fail to even think about that ahead of time. Man, this is a complicated set, though. Woo. Yeah, we have Stealth Mission. That's a good point. So it's going to be now. I think we just win with Stealth Mission available, but we will go look for another land here, so that we can cast Totally Lost if we want. I guess we'll take Neheb. Got the land. So many ways to win. Let's make this go away and win this way. But here it is in like a 5-0-ish deck. So I'm just going to say that it's a super swingy card, right? It's very swingy. If it lands at the right time, it can end the game. But for 6 mana, even the possibility that it could do nothing makes me shy away from it. I don't think I've 7-0'd this format yet. Should we try that? That'd be neat. Yeah, we can keep this. Got some early action. We'll find our land, find our colors, and some stuff to make this sweet. Yeah, and classically, the statue has that thing where you only experience it as an opponent of it, generally when it's crushing you. Like, if you're on the back foot, you don't even have time to play that thing. So you have no idea how many opponents you've beat as they are staring at a statue in their hand that they really shouldn't have had in their deck. You know, it's easy to remember the times where it came down and did its thing, but yeah, it's really hard to know how many of those cards you beat without ever seeing them. Oppo has mulliganed. We'll see if we can apply some pressure here. I'm going to start on the profits, though. Although we go Rager as the second one, because then our potential turn 4 is activate Rager, play Prophet. Although now maybe it's second Prophet because we can attack with the first one. And also they're green-white. This can end up with a counter on it next turn no matter what. Trying to decide if we actually want to attack and play a second Burning Prophet or stay back and just play the Rager. And I'm going to go with attack and play the second Prophet. We're also in a place where if we can get like multiple scries off, like if we find an island and are able to outburst and scry twice before drawing a card, I think we'll be set up better for the mid-game. We also get to see what Oppo is made of here. If they attack, I'm not blocking. Hey, we did find our island. And how do we want to play this? I think just outburst the battalion now and get in. Get exactly the scrying I was hoping for. Do we actually want the channeler here? It's going to do some stuff with stealth. We have 2 things to activate it, but if we take this, we're just like, we're not, you know, I want to look for land. Flux channeler is awesome, but we've got to find land. Same with you, Crunch. Gotta find land, he says, staring at another outburst opportunity. We gotta take outburst, actually. You a Ween fan, Colin? You actually discovered Ween because of Fish. Fish covers a Ween song pretty regularly in their lineup, and I was like, who is the original? Who wrote Roses Are Free is the Ween cover that Fish plays a lot. That got me into Ween, actually. Yeah, very weird but great. I like bands that are weird but great. We could just do another Outburst, but with Time Twist, we can also go Rager, have Time Twist available. What does that really do for us? But I don't love outbursting a War Screecher. Still, these, with green, the creatures are only likely to get bigger. It's not like we're necessarily going to have a bunch of targets throughout the game. Outburst and keep swinging. You like that, Nick? Yeah, I think because they're green, if we were against non-green, I might think our outbursts would do more work later. But I think our outbursts are just not going to be able to do as much work later. That being said, I can't see getting rid of this greeting either. I just want to keep our removal. There's more land to say goodbye to, but I'm going to be greedy here. We can cast everything except this with the 4 that we have, and I think piling on the gasoline is a reasonable approach to this board state. Mm-hmm. We are playing for 7-0 here. And I like our chances, if that's... Oh, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, they're in trouble. We're gonna greet the Wrangler now. And then they've got an apparition doing basically nothing. Oh, should have sent a poet. Is gonna be mean. I have that as an Apollo 13 reference. I don't know who said that first, but I thought that was one of the US astronauts on viewing space for the first time. Yeah, we're taking that. It's contact, huh? I'm confusing reality with fiction. How American of me. Or conflating them at the very least. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can play this dude and take out the Screecher and make Oppo super sad. Maybe it's both. Kibler Google that. It's not enough. Did you do the math? Maybe they're just, maybe that was their concession. Well, guess what happens when you draft 3 Rowl's Outburst and have no severe mana issues? What happens is you win a ton of magic. I think maybe we didn't spin yet. I got to check that out too. No, I don't think we did. Actually, even before collecting this prize, I'm going to do this before I forget. There we go. Reset that 500. Fortunately, we didn't find a 750, but we tried. 5 Callous Dismissals. That's a tough deck to beat, actually. You just can't really keep anything on on board there. But that was the stompiest. I mean, we had some tough decisions yesterday, I think, but I feel like I've barely had my coffee and we just rattled off 3 easy wins at the upper end of the bracket with that deck. So well done, Outburst Drakehouse. There's no Drakes, but the name was too good. Turns out Rowl's Outburst is a good card, and we've had games where we cast 4 of them because we got them back with weirds and stuff. Also, I want to call out the combo of we didn't have it in this deck, but I had it in off-air deck. The Saheeli with weird is so great. Like, Saheeli plus weird to get back whatever instant or sorcery you want every turn until she's out of counters is a crazy combo in those colors. Anyway, let's claim this prize. That looks very pretty. Hello, pretty prize. Open the packs.
You've already lost. You just don't know it yet.
What? MTG bot, can we unban? How do I unban Raptor? What? Sorry, Raptor. I'll try to resolve this, or maybe can Nick? Can you maybe figure out? You're a mod. Maybe is there an unban? I mean, if you're just timed out for 10 seconds, we'll see if. Yeah, let me see if. Let's see if I'm confused because it says MTG bot timed out Raptor for 10 seconds, but then it says MTG bot banned. So if you're just gone for 10 seconds, no big deal. But I do not want to ban Raptor. So we'll figure that out.